Center is addressing social justice issues.
Plus, swing dancing is at Madonna Inn. Hear how it is bringing people together of all languages and ages.
And how Cal Poly students are training to be future Army officers.
Broadcasting from Swanson Studios, you're watching Mustang News.
Thanks for tuning in to Mustang News TV. I'm Nico Vinuela.
And I'm Brady Caskey. Let's get into our top stories for today. Cal Poly's Center for Service and Action has been working on social justice initiatives throughout the quarter. Reporter Sophie Lincoln has more on how the center is changing the status quo.
Since 2003, the Center for Service and Action has hosted social justice leaders like writer and activist Angela Davis and led workshops for its annual Change the Status Quo event. This year's installment started out with a keynote address from writer, abolitionist organizer, and creative educator Hoda Kotb. Some of Kotb's main causes that she spoke about are ethical fashion, freedom for Palestine, and social justice for minorities and people of color in America.
And a lot of my work is really thinking about the intersection of labor, gender, capitalism, racial capitalism, anti-Muslim violence, and empire, and how all of these are actually connected.
After the keynote address, participants like business sophomore Alyssa Abbott had the opportunity to speak with Kotb one-on-one.
I thought the keynote speaker was really inspiring. She's relatively young, which makes her relatable and able to engage us in different ways.
We have to be able to always think about how we can step back and look at these structures. What are the systems?
The rest of the day included a variety of staff-led workshops on topics including anti-Semitism, modern-day racism, and sustainable fashion. For Mustang News, I'm Sophie Lincoln.
In addition to the Changing the Quota status quo, Cal Poly's Center for Service and Action also offers students service learning trips and community service opportunities. More information can be found online at serviceinaction.calpoly.edu.
Ever wanted to cut a rug and all that jazz? Well, Madonna Inn has got you covered. Reporter Tessa Hughes and Lauren Boyer went to go check it out.
Teachers Mark and Rebecca Fletcher host Lindy Hop dancing at the Madonna Inn Ballroom every Monday night from 8 to 10. They met while attending Cal Poly decades ago, but it wasn't until years after they were graduated and married that Cal Poly introduced them to the sport they love.
What got me into Lindy Hop and swing dancing, it would be my wife, Rebecca. About 15 years ago, she was walking down the farmer's market, and the Cal Poly Swing Club had a whole crew of people dancing, and she comes home, she literally walked through the door, grabbed me by the collar, and said, "We were born to Lindy Hop."
That kind of clicked with me better than East Coast Swing did. Even though East Coast Swing at the time was really exciting to me, Lindy Hop just really clicked with me.
The Fletchers expanded Lindy Hop into the greater San Luis Obispo community, bringing together couples just like them.
We met swing dancing and have been coming off and on for the last 10 years. Madonna's have been so kind to let us come on Mondays for, even before we started dancing. I mean, they've been doing this for years and years.
Part of the reason people like Lindy Hop is because they feel it has no language barriers.
We've danced, all over the place, and it doesn't matter if you have friends there or not, you're gonna leave knowing somebody new. The nice thing is you don't even have to speak the same language as long as you know how to dance.
I think it's communication, it's a language. I go to different events around the country, and I'll dance with somebody from Moscow or from South Korea. We don't speak the language, but we speak Lindy and just have a great conversation. And I have great conversations here with people that are beginning or even advanced dancers, and just, the music's going, we're talking, we're dancing. It's just become a passion and addiction.
For Mustang News TV, I'm Lauren Boyer.
It's completely free and open to everyone in the public.
A group of Cal Poly students is preparing to be future Army officers in addition to their usual schoolwork. Brett Volerath takes us out to a practice lab in Poly Canyon Village.
Cal Poly's Fighting Mustang Battalion is getting back into the swing of things in Poly Canyon. The battalion is part of the Reserve Officer Training Course, designed to train future Army officers. These labs take the cadets' military knowledge and physical fitness and challenge them in the field. By year 3 and 4 in the program, cadets go from participating in labs to actually planning them. Timothy Miller was one of the 4th-year senior cadets charged with designing and running this movement to contact lab.
They're going to go out and head in the direction of that enemy and try to gain and establish contact with that enemy in order to run some sort of attack and destroy that enemy.
With orders in hand, the cadets begin hiking up the hill. Once over the crest, their pretend enemies start shouting out gunshots with lethal intent. The cadets split into squads and charge towards the shots from multiple directions. By the end, they've taken multiple prisoners and several firearms. After the lab ends, the battalion circles around their platoon leader and reviews what worked and what didn't.
I think personally my squad did a very good job. They listened very well and reacted to the elements given to us very well and quickly, and we were able to secure our part in the mission.
The scale of this lab hasn't been used since before the pandemic. It's a welcome change from virtual lessons.
I think that this one is definitely the most immersive lab compared to the field that we had to do, like the open field where we normally practice. I think this one is a lot better practice for real life scenarios.
For Mustang News, I'm Brett Volrath.
Army ROTC runs labs every week, so keep an eye out if you're in the Architecture Graveyard area on Thursday afternoons.
And now, coming up after the break, we have Alexa Kushner with weather and Torstein Wren with sports. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to Mustang News TV. Now we have Alexa Kushner with your weather.
Thank you, Nico. Things are really starting to heat up here in San Luis Obispo County, so let's get into it. Today's high, other side. Today's high is expected to be 82 degrees with 42% humidity and some northeast winds going around 20 miles per hour throughout the day. And the low looks like it's going to be around 50 degrees with partly cloudy skies and light winds getting lighter as the night goes on. With this weather heating up, I guess it's only appropriate we head on over to our beloved Central Coast beaches. Starting from the top in Cayucos, the high looks like it's going to be around 72 degrees and the low around 57. Moving on down to Morro Bay, the high looks like it's going to be around 76 and the low 56. It's getting progressively warmer as we head down south to our South County beaches, with Avila's high being around 76 degrees with a low of 61. Pismo is expected to have the same high of 76 with a chillier low of around 49. Last but not least, we have our chilliest beach of the day, Oceano, expected to have a high of 70 and a low of around 40 degrees tonight. Now we're going to take a look at our 5-day forecast. Wednesday, we can expect mostly sunny skies with a high near 80 and a low of around 46. Thursday, we're actually going to have a little weather plot twist with a 40% chance of showers after 10 a.m., mostly cloudy skies and a high near 62. Expect some showers on Thursday night as well and a low of 46. On Friday, you can also expect to see some rain with some partly sunny skies. The high for Friday is expected to be near 59 and the low of around 41. Now for the weekend, let's get into that. There's still a slight chance of showers on Saturday, but it will be partly sunny with a high of 76, and at night expect clear skies and a chilly low of around 39. On Sunday, it will slowly start heating up again with sunny skies and a high of around 60, and at night it looks like clear skies. There we go. It looks like clear skies with a low of 40. That's all for weather, folks. Now let's head on over to Torstein Wren for the Cal Poly Sports Corner.
Welcome to the Cal Poly Sports Corner. I'm Torstein Wren, and it was an exciting week for Mustang fans as no less than 7 different sports held competitions. The men's and women's basketball faced Hawaii, but neither team could best our neighbors in the Pacific. The men's team lost 63-54, and the women's team lost 73-49. And the night for the women's basketball team wasn't all bad, as number 25 herself, forward Kirsty Brown, tied the record for the most starts in Cal Poly women's basketball history. And moving from the hardwood court to a concrete one, the women's tennis team swept the ranked Fresno State team, beating them 4-0 at home. The men's team competed in a tournament hosted by Arizona State and went 1-2 in the competition. Now bouncing from the courts to the sand, number 8 ranked women's beach volleyball lost 3 of its 4 matches this weekend, including to number 3 ranked Florida State and number 6 ranked Texas Christian University. Our journey of the Mustangs ends in the Diamond, where the softball team got swept at the SVC Classic, losing all 5 of their games. Baseball fared a bit better, winning their first series of the season and ending the week with a winning record. They are now 4-3 this season. That's a recap from the Diamonds, beaches, and courts. Nico and Brady, back to you.
Hungry for meat, cheese, and more? One Cal Poly student has you covered. Find out more after the break.
Leah, did you put a new dent in that?
This one? No.
Were you texting and driving again?
Yes.
Hi, Leah.
Hi, Dad.
Sorry about your bumper.
We scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. But I need that back. No. Kevin!
Welcome back, folks. Isa Iduriria is an agriculture business junior who started the charcuterie board business. Boards by Isa last year after receiving praise from family and friends about the spreads she would create from them. She explains her process, including what got her started and why she loves what she does.
Kind of see, I'll put it down and I'll sit there for a second. I'm like, okay, where am I going with this? And so then it'll kind of just come to me and I'll just start toying around with it.
Where do you find inspiration for all the designs?
So every single board has more or less the same amount of ingredients, but it's just the way that it's arranged, they always look a little bit different. I work at the Cal Poly Creamery, so I do sales for them, and so I got access to a lot more cheese. And so I first started out by toying around with it because I had so much, because I would get the scraps for free. So I would come home and I would tinker around with it, and I was like, oh my god, this is kind of fun. And I've always been creative, but not in the, oh, she's good at drawing, oh, she's good at taking photos, in a more aesthetically pleasing way. I really like when things look nice together. So for me, it's all about color, because the more color, the better the board looks holistically. So if you have a yellow cheese with a red strawberry, or you have green grapes. I use purple cheese sometimes, the goat cheese from Trader Joe's is really popular because it's definitely more of a pop of color. But I really can make a charcuterie board with anything. It's less of what's on it, but I feel it's more of how I put it together. My favorite part has just been making people so happy. Boards are supposed to be enjoyed with other people. I come from a large family, and so the ability to just be able to sit and talk and eat sociably and converse with other people is something that I love to see, because every time someone comes to pick one up, they're going to do something with a lot of other people. It's going to be shared.
Thanks for tuning into Mustang News, everybody. Again,